Squirrels! So hello, and welcome to another Legends of Runeterra video. My name is Chris, and today I'll be taking you through a deck that I am calling Spiders with no head. And it's an interesting deck to say the least. I think this is one of the spicier decks I have created. It is essentially sort of a control Nox Spiders list. And it's basically built around the card Noxian Guillotine, and it's an interesting card, hasn't seen much play, at least not at the top level, but I think it's a card that, you know, in certain circumstances can be really good. It was played in the Ezreal Nox deck, and I think, you know, it got decent use out of it because it's still a bit of a surprise card. And we're playing it essentially, I was thinking of ways, how can I make that card work, having to deal damage to things, and I thought, well, spiders are small and you can use them as chump blockers, and people aren't playing, you know, fearsome aggro anymore, so, you know, you often can chump with spiders, and so I thought, yeah, let's combine a normal spider deck that we know that works with Noxian Guillotine, and then, you know, some stalling techniques like Grasp and Withering Wail, and then some finishers like Ledros and Farron, and all of a sudden, you know, you've got a deck. Now, don't get me wrong, this deck is not a tier 1, tier 2 deck by any means. It's something that you should play for fun, you know, maybe against friends, or not if you want to rank up very quickly, but I do think it is pretty fun. It's probably not optimized either because it's just a list that I threw together, but let's talk you through it. So essentially, the early game is comprised of just a bunch of stuff to get units or spiders or just something out there to block, and so that's why we're playing Crawling Sensation, Hapless Aristocrat, Glimpse as well as just a card draw mechanism for the deck. House Spider, obviously very good at chump blocking, gives you 2 bodies. Legion Grenadier, a good chump blocker, especially if they are playing fearsome units. It does have 3 attack. It also deals 2 to their nexus when it dies, so it's a pretty good blocker all in all. You can see this as an aggro card, but also I think it's quite a good defensive blocker as well. Val Feast, obviously, again, deals damage to something, so if we can combine this with a sort of Noxian Guillotine, that could be good. Sentry, another good defensive card, obviously stuns them. 2 Culling Strikes here as a way to kill certain things. A Frenzied Skitterer of a 3 of, because, you know, we are playing a lot of spiders, and again, it's good on the defensive side. Noxian Guillotine, as I've talked about. Brood, again, we're playing more spiders. Grasp and Wail as good control techniques. Captain Farron and Commander Ledros. Now, deck might want to play 1 Ruination as well. It's definitely something that you could fit in, probably for either a Crawling Sensation or maybe get rid of the, another Culling Strike. In fact, I am going to do that right now, because I do think, having tested the deck slightly, 1 Ruination probably is needed for certain board states. I've been coming up against a lot of weird decks, but yeah, let's put 1 Ruination and go from there. We are not going to take this into the rank ladder because I don't think it is worthy of it, so we're just going to go straight into the normal queue, but I'm hoping to, you know, show you some fun games. Also, it includes Captain Farron, a card that you've probably maybe never seen played before, as one of our finishers as we play against Obi-Wan Kenobi. A good name there, and he's playing Mono Demacia, so let's see what we can do against this. I like the Grenadier early on, I like Val Feast. I don't mind Brood either. I'm not as sure of Grasp if he's not playing Fiora, so we'll keep those. And we get, you know, something that we didn't really want in Ledros there, but away we go. Second Brood, probably a bit overkill, but we'll see what we are up against. We're gonna, okay, maybe this is sort of more of an elite deck rather than a sort of normal Demacia stuff, which should be interesting at least. See what he does here on 2. He'll just attack, that's fine by me. We will drop our Legion Grenadier and go from there. Okay, it is an elite deck, that's kind of important to know. Guillotine in this sort of match can just be an absolute swing in the game completely. Obviously, I wouldn't mind if he blocked this. We've got the Crawling Sensation. Yep, that's kind of what we want.
Yeah,
I don't mind that dying at all. Okay, he got some value there as well out of that. Fair enough. But essentially we're just going to be chomping out early on in the game. And then looking to, you know, guillotine essentially. We could use, there it is, okay. So this hopefully is going to cause a massive swing at some point. That one's a bit more scary because obviously it does have tough, but we do have the Brood Awakening on standby, which means we can cause damage to this. And now look, we have a big, beautiful board as he continues to deal some damage to us, and he continues to come heavy at us there. So we can wait. The Var Feast might be of good use somewhere else. Okay, so he has completely emptied his hand, and we're in a bit of trouble here. I think let's do this. Let's do it. We do gain the life still, but we are in a bit of a predicament. So there's the attack. We will block pretty much across the board. In fact, we'll block like you, knowing that we've got the second brood and we'll get more big spiders. It's important that we try and keep everything on 2 life. Also, we can't play any units until we start killing them. So we'll probably go into brood next turn and then pass and then let him attack again and swing if he wants to. Which is fine by me if he does want to, because this is a board right now and there's not much he can do. We also have the 3 attack one which can block the tough. So we're pretty happy to pass there. And he's gonna swing, that's interesting. And so we will block. Because there's not much reason not to. Obviously the guillotine does become a bit worse if we do block. But I think we have to stop this damage as much as we can. This was a mistake, I should have blocked there instead of there. But that's fine. He does obviously have a pretty powerful board right now. So we could be in a bit of trouble. Second Battlesmith. Second Battlesmith, I think I'm just gonna kill straight up. We haven't seen a Garen yet, which is pretty good. Okay, there's a Culling Strike as well. We can use this on that. Unfortunately, Guillotine has just been a little too slow. He developed, you know, a bit too much with the Vanguard. Double Vanguard Squire costing 0 really helped him out. Can't just put us out of range of something like that. We can pass there, that's fine. Another Squire. Okay, at this point we might need to trust you. And maybe next turn is the turn we go for our guillotines of, whoa. That's not ideal. Okay, double guillotine. He will come out with the attack. We will block like so, I think. Now we can kill 3 units here with that. So it's whether I'd rather kill this or you. I think let's obviously start with that. So this is sort of where hopefully guillotine will come into effect. Next turn we can drop Ledros as well. Hopefully no single combat on this. That's kind of what I expect. Back to back. Whoa. That puts us down to 5. So that's not ideal either. He goes all out on the aggressive game plan. And we are just going to... Okay, there's a Garen as well. Just gonna guillotine all of them. Play our Ledros next turn. Hopefully he doesn't get a good draw. I'm surprised he didn't play that Garen, to be honest. Okay, there's a House Spider as well, so we could either go House Spider. Huh, that's interesting. Kind of depends what he's got, but Ledros is going to kill one of his units. Potentially. I mean, he has to block here, the Ledros. Obviously down on 18, we'll take him to 9. And it was a close call between House Spider, to be honest, because obviously House Spider is sort of the more defensive play. He does have to block here. And he will. So that's a pretty good turn for us there, obviously. And it's not a unit either, so it could be back to back. Obviously it's sort of fine if it is. And with House Spider here as well, we should be a-okay for the blocking. Hopefully he just swings in. We can only kill 2 units with Guillotine though if we do that. So we will block Garen. We will jump out the rest. I think that's another back-to-back or some sort of combat trick. I think. Okay, there it is. So unfortunately means we can't kill Garen this turn with that. But that's fine as well. We'll drop the Crawling Sensation. And him top decking, here we go. We've got the Guillotine back up. Glimpse as well. We'll drop Ledros again, because there's no reason not to. Hopefully Ledros can sort of see this game out for us. He will... Whoa, get a reinforcement. That's interesting. Well, that means this can block there. Is that attack still worth it? I think so, because I'm still getting value. He's not anymore. So I'm fine if this... Oh, okay, he blocks with this instead. Doesn't want to give me the extra Ledros proc. That's fine by me. It's absolutely fine by me. I'll kill that all day. And now with Guillotine, hopefully... Ooh, Farron can close out the game this turn, depending on what this card is. If it's a unit, it is. Well, he doesn't have any... Yeah, so if I play Farron, if he plays the 4 Demacia, we can then respond with a Decimate and win the game. So yeah, game 1. Pretty good showing. All in all, we see how the deck can work. Pretty fun game, to be honest, against a Mono Demacia Elites deck. That's kind of an ideal matchup, to be honest, because we have, you know, the whole point of the deck is to just jump block as much as we can, and then, you know, sort of see the game out with Ledros and Farron, and that's eventually what we saw there. Really fun game, actually. You know, he sort of pulled it back at certain points. As we see Braum, Vladimir now talk about Guillotine in a matchup. Obviously, they want to be damaging their units. Well, guess what? Guillotine is going to kill them, so Guillotine is an auto keep there. Probably don't need 2 Val Feasts, we'll go for 1 instead. Crimson Curate could be a bit of a problem, bit of a nuisance, but honestly we might want to just save up our spell mana for a Guillotine early on. He starts with an Omen Hawk. That's fine by me, dog. Kind of want him to be damaging his own units, obviously. This hopefully should come in bigly. We kind of want to be killing 3. You know, I mean, an absolute dream would be 4. I'm going to drop the House Spider though, just to start off. Gives us a bit of stability early on. He doesn't drop anything, so I'm pretty happy to attack. And he's happy to trade, but that's cool with me as well. As now he will drop a Braum, and unfortunately for him, we kind of have the ultimate answer for Braum in a Culling Strike. We could have had Elixir of Wrath, Obviously that's pretty niche. And right now I think we're just gonna drop a big brood, as this game started off really well. A 1 culling strike coming in big. There's a babbling Björk. Probably picking up a Vladimir. A block here, that's fine. We know we have answers. Also means he can't attack if he does have Vladimir. And we're dealing a lot of damage as well. That's what this deck can do. It's a bit of an interesting deck, where it can sort of, you know, go aggro out of nowhere also. So we'll stun the Hearthguard, which kind of just negates his attack completely.
You gotta believe me.
He's gonna attack with the Bjerg. I'm pretty happy to kill that. Get a little elixir of iron it. And we will Vile Feast it. Unless he's got double elixir. And that could have been a punish, but I don't think that would have been the case. And so we have a pretty nice open attack as well. Could go for second brood. Second brood. I think it has to be. I think we just gotta go in. Let's buff these boys up. You know, this is what spiders can do sometimes. Just come out of nowhere and kill you. So you get a big Crimson Disciple, which will be doing some damage to us, but that's fine as well. This Vladimir will not be too far off leveling up, but he's down on 2 health already. That is an interesting choice. Why on earth would you frostbite this when that's going to be dealing damage to me? Okay, you want to make it a bit bigger, sure. Okay, just a very, very odd choice by him. So there's a Ledros as well. Now we can only kill 2 this turn, unfortunately, with our Guillotine, but it might be worth it to kill that Vladimir and kill the Disciple. It should stop his attack as well pretty well here, so we'll go for it. Okay, he still goes for the attack. We'll kill the Vlad, we'll kill you as well. Honestly, we'll kill all of them. So Vladimir will be leveling up, but obviously with this Guillotine here, it should kill him. Yeah, I'm pretty happy to trade down the board and just Guillotine you again. And if he doesn't have anything, we should win. Okay, he's got something, but it's not ideal for him there. And also force the trade. And I think I will try and force a trade here. You know, we got plenty of backup options as well. We want to keep his board as open as we can. That's not ideal, obviously. The creator, we don't want him getting anything else off. Oh, okay. It's an interesting play. Not a card you see every day, but he gets 2 units from it. That's a bit of a problem, the value engine that Curator is. Stun is quite nice. But what is also nice is Commander Ledros, which in these next couple turns should win us the game. He's generating quite a bit of value though. I'll pass again here. He will attack. No, he won't.
I don't carry
He
chain.
drops another one. I think at this point we're probably best off just killing you. Hoping he doesn't have elixir. Although I don't think he should, because a lot of these should just be crimson units. Yeah, he doesn't. So we got an extra body there to help block. He still goes for the attack. Kind of happy to take 7 here. So he can't block Ledge Rush, right?
I'm rich.
Unless he's got some sort of life gain I don't know about. Right?
Everyone bleeds for the right price.
Is this not game? It is! It is game. And so game 2 goes to us as well. And yeah. I really I really like this deck. I mean, that's a sort of an ideal matchup because obviously his deck is all based around damage, and so and you know, Noxian Guillotine is sort of the ultimate counter to that. As well as, you know, culling strikes on Broms and stuff like that. Teemo now. God, these are some spicy matchups. This is what you get when you go into the normal queue. Forget Demacia, forget, you know, Demacia with Deny. Forget all of that. This is where it is at. Against Teemo, we don't want Captain Farron. We probably... Do we want Brood? I mean, Brood's just good, right? We could be in a pressure matchup again here. With Teemo. We could use with some removal, but it looks like that's not going to be what we get. Okay, Omen Hawk. I'm sort of intrigued to see what this Freljord Teemo deck is. I'm a bit worried because obviously we do try and go late. I've had quite a few people think that this is sort of an aggro deck, when obviously it is not. Second Hawk. Ooh, that's spooky. So we'll just go in for a second Aristocrat. I don't think our attack is getting any better here, so again we'll just go for the double attack. He gets a 5/5 Peddler. That's not ideal at all. We'll glimpse at this point. I don't think there's much he could do at quick speed. See what we get. We got a Grenadier and more Drain. Next turn we're gonna have 4/5, so we could just go for Crawling Sensation into a big Brood Awakening. Okay, there's a Ruination. Starlit Seer as well. I mean, these things are kind of spooky, I won't lie. But I think we just have to go and hope and pray that we can get enough damage in on him. With the mushrooms he's going to be putting in and everything else, it's going to be tricky. Comes at me with the Peddler. We have to trade there. I wasn't sure whether he'd attack, and that's why I sort of went for the Brood first. Because I didn't know if he'd want to just save this. We're in trouble here though. But we will just open attack. Obviously he gets 2 decent trades with the Hawk, but then hopefully the rest of the damage that we'll be doing is enough to sort of stymie any other efforts of his. Pretty happy with that. Get 6 damage in, get that within drain range. Counterfeit copies. What is this deck? Double counterfeit copies. I'm kind of scared already. Teemo. Okay. Well, before you can do anything with that. Well, No, we'll wait. We'll wait. For now. He's on 11. We kind of need to pressure him as much as we can. We've got the Ruination if we need it. So we'll start with just a drain effect. Don't think there's too many things he could have to answer this in those colours. But we shall see. Oh, it's just a progress day. Okay, that's fine. Not really doing too much. And it's a mushroom cloud. 0. Is he gonna get enough here? He's on 14. So he levels up the Teemo. Absolutely mental. So he puts double the puff caps in my deck. Well, that's not ideal either, is it? And he drops a Starlit Seer. There must be something big in his hand then, because this wasn't buffed. As we see, we get a mushroom there, and we are kind of under some pressure here, I won't lie. We'll open attack first. Probably going to drop a Ruination at some point. But the pressure we're putting on him right now is heavy. So he Mystic Shots that. Well, he's going to take 6. Mystic Shot on you. We're on 10, which means I can't Ruination and do that, so that's fine.
An auspicious season.
We are in trouble here, I won't lie. He takes quite a bit of damage. Goes for the chump wump. I think now is probably as good a time as any. Let's just end this board. Get some more mushrooms in, of course.
This would be a good winter.
Man, this is a spooky little deck. As long as that top card isn't Teemo, if it is, then we are in some trouble. But I'm loving it. I love this matchup. Hopefully we can just survive whatever this next top unit is. Hopefully it's a Starlit Seer or something like that. And we get the extra spiders as well. He is under, you know, immense pressure at this point though as well, only on 3 life, and we've got the Ledros next turn as well. So we take 1. We also have healing effects, that's pretty good. With the House Spider as well, we should be able to sort of see this game out. He goes for progress there, okay. We should be good, I think. Unless his top card was a Teemo. I think we're good. That's not how that card works. I think, yeah, he's given up. He's showing us his hand. And this one.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, that's a 12-12 Teemo. He's giving me the Braum hands. Obviously, this is going to come down to how many mushrooms we have. So we're going to go down to 4. So basically, can we survive the 4 mushrooms? Here it goes. And we got 1, 2, 3 mushrooms. And he gives us the sad face. He goes for a rummage. Now, even if he gets a Mystic Shot or something, obviously we have the answer. Goes for a second rummage. And we will win this game in quite a fascinating game against the 12-12 Teemo. Don't think I've ever seen that before. But yeah, really interesting games today with a deck that I think is really interesting as well. Spiders with no head. We saw Ledros come in big. Obviously, he is pretty big. We saw why Ruination might need to be in the deck 4 times like that. And against stuff like elusives as well. Ruination can be quite important. Yeah, this is I think a fun deck. I would say if you're looking to ladder, then don't play this. But if you're looking to have fun, then do play this, because those games that I just played were a lot of fun. So yeah, thank you for watching. This has been Spiders with No Head. I've been Chris. Have a nice day.